Welcome to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. Highlights, features, and analysis with men's head coach, Otis Hughley Jr. and women's head coach, Don Thornton. And now, our host, Mr. Ted Dixie.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. With me now is our preseason All-Southwestern Athletic Conference men's basketball player. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, Board Nation, how y'all doing? My name is Chad Moody. I'm a sophomore. I play forward, and I'm from Grayson, Georgia.
Grayson, we see a lot of that name here at Alabama A&M University. Where is Grayson?
I would say it's probably like 45 minutes out from Atlanta, but I mean, we refer to ourselves as a North. But you know, it's a winning school, one of the best schools and teams in Georgia and in the nation. So you're gonna see a lot of good talent coming out of that program.
Shout out to Dr. Dana Pugh. Now, Bulldogs have a 4-game losing streak. You got injured, but tell us your status and what to look forward to.
Well, I missed these last 2 games at home, but I'll be back for these upcoming games and the rest of the season at Mississippi Valley and Arkansas, Pine Bluff. And I mean, right now my shoulder feels good. They're trying to maintain our practice and just go in the games, so don't risk no freak injury in practice. In the game. So that's the status. So I will be back. Not out for the season, so that's a good thing.
That's an excellent thing.
Yeah.
So what was your rehab like?
This past week I've just been, focused on strengthening the muscles around my shoulder. Just getting my strength back. I mean, obviously, not going to be full potential, but just trying to decrease the risk of, it dislocating again.
The sports medicine department here at Alabama A&M takes real good care of your student athletes.
Yeah.
But being a student athlete, how do you manage your time between playing ball, now you have to go get treatment, and you have class?
Honestly, just with me, we do a lot of our stuff in the morning, and I'm like, when I get up, most of my classes are in the morning, so once I knock those out, I got practice, and then when I get back home, I just focus on my schoolwork, get it done, get resting, and just repeat, recycle throughout the day.
Coaches talk about adversity, fighting through adversity. Right now the team's on a 4-game losing streak. You had one earlier in the season, and you got out of that. So what's got to happen if you guys get back on the winning track?
I feel like we just need to find the connection we had in those wins that we had earlier in the season. And I feel like we're going to have that. I mean, right now we're practicing, fixing up the little small details that we have issues with. But honestly, once you go to Mississippi and Arkansas, I feel like it's good 2 wins we can get, and then just keep that momentum going all the way to the tournament.
We wish you well, Chad. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Send us some other people here at Alabama A&M, why don't you?
I got you.
Thank you so much. We come back, we'll have some more interviews, a very special interview on this edition of the Alabama A&M Basketball Review.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Good evening and welcome to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. With me now is head coach Don Thornton of the women's team. Coach, you have the best overall record in the conference. You're sitting in fourth place right now. This quadrant is very important to you. On the road next, tough game, the last game. What you got for it?
You know, just really trying to find a way to bounce back. You know, I thought that we did a good job Thursday night versus Grambling. Kind of set the tone of what we wanted to accomplish over the weekend. But just to get in rhythm, you know, I wasn't really pleased at all with our performance. But right now, you know, I told the young women, we should be playing our best basketball. It's February. We can get right with the shit. We keep going into March. And every day we got to get ready to come out and ready to go. Weren't. I mean, but out, you know, Lisa Wilson started us out for like a 8-0 run. We were able to withstand the run that Sutton had on us. But, you know, again, we went in and had opportunity to watch film this morning. We had great City Valley this week, so I'm excited about what that looks like this weekend.
What about the legs of your team, Coach? Are you concerned about that at all this time of the season?
You know, I think that we are a little sluggish right now. We are a little beat up, a little banged up. But everybody in the country is, right?
Right.
We can't allow there to be an excuse why we can't get it done. We got to find a way. We got to grind it out and find a way.
We've got great training facilities here at Alabama A&M University. The Hill has everything you need. That cold ice bath. Have you been in it?
I have not, and don't plan on getting in it either.
Coach, talk about having the best record in the conference and what that does for your confidence.
You know, I thought that you know, the way we played in the preseason really set the tone for the expectations and the hype around the team. Did a really great job in the preseason, competing, really going after it. Now it's a little late. We got to be able to turn the page and play within our best basketball right now in conference. So we got to, you know, the overall record is wonderful to have.
Right.
We took care of business outside of conference, but right now, we really want to be able to take care of business in conference because right now is when it matters the most.
We're watching your team develop into, I call them beasts now. When you see A-Dub, last week she had to shake her shoulders, coming out on a tight rebound, a put back, a three-point play. That kind of enthusiasm has to be good for a coach to see out their team.
She is in her bag.
In a bag.
Great basketball. A lot of them like, wow, you really put the floor. She put so much on the floor. And I think that she's learning to work in the system now. In conference, she's kind of seeing you know, what we need from her every night, and I think that she's doing a really good job of really trying to put forth an effort to make those goals meet.
How do you know when your student athletes get it?
They're less frustrated, they're more patient, and they lock in
Coach Thornton, now we're appreciative of having you here. There's a little get back left on the schedule. I think that might motivate you some, or am I out of my lane asking that question?
No, I'm self-motivated. When I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go. So I'm just excited that we still have the second half of conference play to play. So, you know, we're in a position right now where we're going to see everybody again. And so, you know, a lot of teams are going to be looking to get their lick back. And there's some few teams that we got to get our lick back on as well.
Right.
You know, but handling business one game at a time is the most important. So I'm really excited just having another opportunity to play on Thursday.
So, of course, Alabama A&M University, this being Black History Month, I'm rocking the shirt that everyone needs. William Hooper Council, the first black African-American, someone looks like me, is a member of the Alabama State Bar. So I'm greatly appreciative of that. Coach, you're at a historic institution. What history can you make this season?
I think we've already started. We laid the foundation in the preseason. Right now, I think we're a handful of games away from the most wins in the history of the program. I think that number 17. So we're pushing to try to get to the game here in 6 weeks. That's on my wall, on my mirror, try to race markers. This is definitely 4 or 5 months.
Right on.
To win the game winning season. It's definitely our goal. So we got to keep pushing.
Someone asked me, so I have to ask you, how long does it take you to get ready to be the diva of the court?
It takes me 10 minutes to get dressed.
That's not the, okay.
10 minutes to get dressed. Well, I let, usually I can, so here's a fun fact.
Okay.
I used to be a makeup artist. So I can do makeup. But it would take me about an hour and 20 minutes. I'd rather go sit somewhere else and let somebody else do it and I can focus on the game.
Right.
And it takes about 45 minutes. So altogether, maybe about 2 hours.
Do you visualize how the game is going to go?
I do. Yeah. I've been doing this long enough to just kind of get a feel for how the girls are going to come out and play. And the preparation and everything that kind of goes into it. I understand and I get it.
Coach Thornton, we really appreciate you and the women's basketball team. Good luck. Traveling Mercies this weekend. Folks are getting a treat tonight. It's the pep band here, and that's a subset of the marching maroon and white. Thank you, Carlton Wright, for all the work that you guys do. We really appreciate it. When we come back, of course, there is a good fun fact about who actually started the band here at Alabama A&M University.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. We tell you there are lots of moving parts to college athletics. One of the people that makes sure that we can do all of our interviews and keeps the team, what would you say, the business of travel and all of that together? Yeah. Introduce yourself to the Bulldog Nation.
Well, hello Bulldog Nation. My name is Rodney Broughton, assistant coach for the men's basketball team. I am part of the travel, and also too, I do the recruiting for the men's basketball program here.
Right on. Now, where are you from originally?
From Mobile, birthplace of Mardi Gras.
What? Not Mobile?
Oh yes, the best city in Alabama.
Right on. So that's how you know Coach?
That's how I know Coach. He was my high school coach at John L. LaFleur.
Oh, right on. State championship?
State championship. Lots of guys went on to play college basketball and play pro basketball after that.
Oh, right on. So what do you want to do in college basketball?
It's always been a dream to be a head coach in men's basketball for college. Guys like Tubby Smith have paved the way, and that's been my inspiration. So to be a college head coach has definitely been a dream that I'm working towards.
Coach is talking about basketball now, team on a 4-game losing streak.
Right.
You had one earlier this season,
right.
Fought your way out of that.
Right.
What do you see as probably some of the key ingredients to staying in the fight?
Man, well, if you look at most of the games that we lost in conference, we've had that lead in the first half. But it's that second half, that the startup, that we've had some issues. But if you look at how our roster is built up, a lot of our guys haven't had that experience. But during these hard times, they are gaining that experience. And with that, growth is right there waiting on them.
Next up for the Bulldogs, road trip.
Yes.
Some people like to think that when you're on the road, you can make more gains or grow better on the road. Your practices, you have fewer distractions.
Right. Well, out of all the road trips, I do believe that these next two are the toughest ones. Valley, a lot of teams tend to have least interest in playing against them, and that's when they love to sneak behind and get wins. And as you saw last year, they beat Prairie View to get their first conference win. And even the game that they played this year, they won a road game for their first conference.
That's right.
So it's never easy, and then of course going to Pine Bluff, the crowd, the atmosphere is one of the best that we've faced. Of course, it's not better than here in Huntsville.
Right on.
But as far as teams that we play against, Pine Bluff is known to bring a crowd out, and it's been pretty difficult. Even though we've came out with wins, it's just never an easy game for us.
Thanks so much, Coach Broughton. We appreciate it. I appreciate you taking my texts and phone calls.
Of course.
We want you to look in this camera right here and say something to the Bulldog Nation to get us fired up.
Hey, Bulldog Nation, we'll be coming to Atlanta. We're going to make a run. We need your support. Let's get it.
Thank you. We'll see you in the next segment right here on the Alabama A&M Basketball Review.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Basketball Review with head coach Otis Hughley talking with us now. We started that interview because Coach was on a roll. But Coach, now this is the second 4-game losing streak you've had in the season. You worked your way out of the first one, went on to do very well. Seeing that for the second time, does that give you a little bit of confidence to work your way out?
Well, the first time we had everybody. And everybody had just gotten back.
Not the same roster.
Not the same roster. But I still feel good about it.
Okay.
Because the guys that you can see, they worked hard. They're holding each other accountable.
Yes, they are.
And it looks like that ball is moving. You know, it's better than it sticking and ball stopping and you get a contested bad shot. But that ball is moving and looking for each other. So
Repetition, repetition, know what to expect.
Yep. This group get to spend a little more time together. They're going to be something scary.
Let's talk about the road trip. I've heard coaches say sometimes they like to go on the road because it helps to keep them focused on what you have to do. Mississippi Valley State, Coach Broughton talked about how dangerous that game is, and then Pine Bluff with the crowd.
Yeah, and Dr. Bradley. Yeah, he's pretty special. So we gotta get in there and hold these guys at bay. And it was a tough one when they came here, but our guys were able to pull it off. So we got to be double on guard down there for him and those other young guys that can shoot the ball.
You pointed to 4 freshmen in practice, Coach, and now instead of teaching them, you have to depend on them.
Yep. And by this time of year, they're leaning more towards being sophomores because of how much we played them.
Okay.
All those complaints about substitution, now they understand why.
Right.
Had those kids not played at all, you could almost wrap your season up. Because now those kids are going to be learning in games that are very, very critical. No, they've already learned a lot. They're just going to keep developing and growing, and now they can play with a lot more confidence, a lot more experience, a lot more wherewithal, and a lot more chemistry with each other because they've played.
Blood, sweat, and tears under the whistle in practice. Now you get a chance to talk about it in the game. On the road, especially these 2 games on the road, the next 2 up. What do you look for with the team that if you see this in practice, you'll be able to see it in the game?
Well, just man movement, ball movement, boxing out, ball security, and just making sure you make the right play. The guys being real good decision makers and taking care of the ball. Our turnovers have been down lately. We just haven't been able to, stop guys on the second and third attempt. Defensive board, we gotta control those boards better. When we do, we always end it in the end. When we don't, it gets tough for us.
Chad Moody told us he's going to be back. That's got to help more than anything. An all-conference student athlete, how to help anybody line up.
Oh yeah. Well, Zoe missed the Bethune game.
Right.
And you see the last game we played, Zoe got his rhythm back.
Right.
And that's been big. That's big for us. We had to rest him in practice today. Probably going to do a little more of it tomorrow. We're not letting Chad go full contact.
Right.
We'll save that for the game, and let's just see where it goes.
Coming up to the end of the season, Coach, this is middle February, might as well say. The conference tournament is in Atlanta this year right now. Starts March 12th. You've been there 2 years in a row. That has not changed your focus.
No, I just think people would make a mistake to really sleep on this team. This is a dangerous team. Yeah, it's dangerous. They just don't have the experience. They just don't have the older leadership that Cam brought to the team last year and Messiah and Cam brought it to the year before. at the most critical position, the decision-making position,
Right.
the point guard. But you can see there's some exceptionality and some potential at that spot with Bilal and JC and number 30, Darius.
We'll take that, Coach. Hey, thank you for stopping in and talking to us. Traveling Mercies on the road trip. But after that, 22nd and 24th of February, the Florida 2 teams come up and do the Alabama 2-step, if you will.
Yep.
Bethune-Cookman up first on the 22nd, FAMU on the 24th. Check the QR code at the bottom of the screen to get your tickets, because we need to have a crowd for those 2.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Coach, and thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. I teased an interview for you. The student athlete had to go to class, but we'll see you next week.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.